in fear that the attorney general of our state was going to send someone to take our child away from us. And, we're both rabbis. And so I don't say this lightly, that it feels like shades of 1929.
It says so much about the level of fear in this family that Rabbi Daniel Bogard is comparing the persecution of Jews by the Nazis with the new laws that are targeting trans kids like his son in the U.S. state of Missouri.
Back in the spring, the Attorney General of Missouri came out with a website for neighbors to report on neighbors of suspected gender transitions. I don't think I've ever been that terrified in my whole life.
Today marks the first day that Missouri's gender-changing treatment ban goes into effect.
Then this week, the Missouri government went one step further and banned children under 18 from receiving any form of gender-affirming care, which includes drugs that suppress puberty, hormone treatments, and in some instances, surgery.
Well, this is a huge win in the fight to protect children, and this law is vitally important right now to stop left-wing experimentation on kids. This bill is a huge step in protecting kids from the forced sterilization.
Their son, who they want to remain nameless, is only 10, so this won't affect him yet. But they now know that when he does reach puberty, the new laws will force the family to travel out of state to get him the care that he needs.
I take it day by day. But it feels like every day I wake up and the state is more and more at war with my family.
Why is it that your government is doing this, do you think?
I really believe it's a handful of politicians who have realized that demonizing and vilifying kids like my kids, some of the most vulnerable children in the state, is good for them politically.
Missouri is just the latest American state to crack down on the transgender community, which is now at the epicenter of America's culture wars alongside abortion and guns. At the start of 2021, just 2.5 years ago, no state had these kind of laws in place. But this year alone, more than 20 Republican-controlled states across the US have imposed laws or policies restricting access to gender-affirming care for those under 18, while others have proposed laws attempting to do the same. 17-year-old Chelsea Friels also lives in Missouri, but because she was already on hormone blockers, under the new law she's allowed to continue her care, though the pain is still real.
Yeah, there is a psychological impact, knowing that your government is doing this to you, but the governments have targeted minorities throughout history.
So Chelsea says she's not surprised by what's happened, but her mother is so disturbed by the crackdown. She says the family plans to relocate after Chelsea finishes high school.
Well, we would actually leave the state because we feel persecuted, and it's like almost like this plague, a wave of hate that's sweeping the country, and it's like a dystopian nightmare that we're living in here.
Chelsea says she believes it won't stop here.
And for the people who are going to have to stay in Missouri, let me promise you, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is just an opening act. It's going to get worse from here.
Missouri argues this is all about protecting kids and keeping them safe. But it's that sense of never-ending government creep that leaves people like Daniel and Karen feeling that they too will eventually have to pack up and leave.
We will have a very serious conversation about leaving, and, we don't know where we will go. I think that's our job as parents, is to take care of them and our children.